मैं तो लड़का सोच रहा है मैं भी
Yeah, like sticky on the refrigerator from the last time I tried.
मैं कुछ और सोच रहा हूँ कुछ हो गया मुझे ना ये ट्रक डबल ट्रक पर हमारे लिए टू लेट हो गया पर कोई और
Yeah, I say, which is really hard to remember. I did put that in
Me too. It's the only language I've ever spoken. I still don't do it right.
In German it's the same thing. That's
Oh,
You know what?
See, she has a really easy time writing everything and reading everything. It's her pronunciation. She's had to really learn how to use her tongue. You have to learn how to use your tongue correctly. And she can't speak it real fast. And she said if somebody just like speaks it to her like blah, 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 then she gets a little confused. She's like,
Alright. How is everybody?
Good.
How is everybody? Good! Alright. Everybody's alive? So, real quick, anybody have any buyers that need to buy, or anybody have any sellers that need to sell? Want to let anybody know what you got? Lynette, let's start off with the ladies first.
I have a list of buyers. I have one that's looking in the southwest area. She's going to be between 250 and 300.
Okay.
I have another one that is looking on the east side, like the 07, 05, 04 Oleander area.
Okay.
They're at 185. What else do I have?
Okay, hold on. So east side, 185, Oleander, 250 to 3, southwest.
Yes, 250 to 300, 1,000 on southwest, and then I can't remember my other two right now. I have to go look up their names.
Okay. Anybody else? What do you got, Gurjeet?
I have 3 buyers looking for M2 zone 5 to 10 acres on Union wheat patch somewhere there, but has to be M2 zone or M3 zone.
Okay, so it's got to be zone manufacturer.
Yeah.
Let's
Or
go door knocking on some
industrial or like light industrial and heavy industrial.
Okay, perfect. Okay, anybody else?
I remember my other one. He's also in the southwest area.
Yeah.
Like he wants to be in the 9-3, like over by where we used to be on Main,
Okay.
or like the southwest, and he's at 195 too.
Okay, cool. Okay. Southwest Maine,
Oh, I'm
199,
trying to
195.
That's hard over there for
It's gonna,
195.
no, it's gonna be really hard.
195,
Cheapest
that's gonna
one
be
in
hard.
Southwest is 230.
I know. It's really hard.
230.
All right, guys, let's get started. I want to kind of get you in and out of here as soon as possible. But today is the last sales meeting of the year, so congratulations to you guys for surviving 1 year at Infinity. Okay. A couple reminders on the 20th at 6:30 at New Westro's right downtown. We're gonna have our Christmas dinner. Okay, so if you haven't reserved already, the e-bike's been sent out, and if you need a sent e-bike, let Lucy know and she'll take care of you guys, okay? Or Meyer. We on the 21st at 3 o'clock at Mill Creek Park. It would be great for any of you guys if you guys would like to join us. We're going to be handing out goods like clothing and non-perishables to the less fortunate, the homeless, downtown park, right around the corner here. If you guys have any items that you guys would like to bring in to donate to them as well, if you guys want to like do a cleansing of your closet, if you guys want to, if you guys have anything warm that you feel that they might need more than you need, feel free to bring it down here before Friday, and then we're going to caravan over there at 3 o'clock on Friday. And then lastly, guys, script certifications. This isn't something that I want you to forget about, okay? Some of you guys have been script certified. Some of you haven't been script certified. For those of you guys that haven't been script certified, I would recommend doing it. And the reason why is because, I don't want any of you guys to think that it's okay to be an amateur in this business. I want you guys to be professional salespeople, and part of being a professional salesperson is being script certified and knowing your scripts inside and out at all times, okay? So by a show of hands, how many of you guys are completely script certified?
Was.
Okay, we got 1. 2. Okay, so we got 2 people. Let's get that out of the way because I want to be able to take you guys out for a nice lunch. But anyways, for those of you guys that haven't got script certified, you guys owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to your business,
Only got 2 left.
and your clients to really become more of a professional real estate agent. Okay, and that's where it starts, is a skill set. Okay.
I'll try to do it before end of the year.
Okay, so we got about 12 days left.
Just expired and for sale by owner.
Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Record it once and play it to yourself
gonna do
on
it.
earphones as you fall asleep.
I'll do it before end of the year.
You are East Coast. Where's
Yeah, she knows what's up.
Yeah.
That's how
Alright,
Come on,
so-
she's the wife of Lee Bears.
So let's move on. Starting the year off right, okay, is going to be the topic of this conversation, right? So first off, before we get started, I want to let you guys know that you guys are, you guys are all in this for yourself. Okay, this is your business. Okay, and you guys have to treat this like it's a real business. Okay, and I can only do so much, right? I can teach you, I can coach you, I can train you, I can give you material, I can do all that good stuff. I can give you ideas, I can whatever it is. But there's one thing that I cannot do, and that's make you want it for yourself more than I want it for you. Okay, so depending on the goals that you guys set for 2019 and depending on what you guys want out of your business in 2019, I can help you, but one thing I cannot help you with. I cannot get a bus and bring you to work every morning to make sure you role play on time. Okay? I cannot pick you up and bring you to the office to make you money. Okay, it's your drive, it's your determination, it's all about the goals that you set, and it's really about how important they are to you or how not so important they are to you. Your actions will show how important they are to you. Okay? So for those of you guys that do not show up to role play on a regular basis, my big question is why? Why don't you show up to role play on a regular basis? Is practice really not that important to you? I just need an answer. Just be candid with me. It's just us. We're all family. Don't worry about it.
Lazy.
Okay, lazy. Good. Thank you, Matthew. Okay.
So they stayed
I'm
up
lazy.
too late.
Sorry.
Stayed up too late.
Okay, I stayed up too late. I ate too late. I drank too late. What else?
Too cold.
It's too cold. Okay, good. See now,
I already know.
I already know. I don't need to know. Okay. See, and these are all valid excuses, right? Or valid reasons why I don't show up. But the question is how bad do you want it? Do you not want it enough? Matthew said I'm lazy, okay? Well, and that's a very valid and normal answer. So here's the question. What's the goal for next year, Matthew? What's our production goal? 25. Can you afford to be lazy to do 25? You can. You just got to get over it. You got to get over yourself and you got to understand the importance behind it. Okay? Secondly, is this sales board over here. Okay? Now, if you guys are on that sales board and you guys don't have any squares on there, I want you to be mad at yourself. I want you to look at that and study it and say, damn it, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and I want to beat that person or I want to at least compete and be on that board. Because if you're not on that board on a consistent level, then, there's just something about what you're doing or what you're not doing that's preventing you from being on that board every single month. I want to see that board look like a Christmas tree every month. But again, I cannot do that for you. You can only do it for yourself. Does that make sense? Okay. So starting the year off right, I wrote down here. Number one, make sure that all of your systems are all set up. Okay, so like for instance, on January 3rd, I don't want you coming into the office and saying, okay, now I'm going to set up all my systems. Now I'm going to, get right. We need to do that like right now. When we step back into this office on January 3rd, it's like go time. Okay? It should have been go time 90 days ago. But only half of us, I think, got that, and that's okay. But go time really is on January 3rd. And here's a couple things that I mentioned. Okay, so number one is most important than anything else anything else at all, is make sure that you have your business plan inputted into your number analyzer. Make sure that your business plan is inputted into your number analyzer. The most important thing for me and for you. Okay? Are we real estate agents or are we business owners?
Business owner.
We're business owners, right? So therefore, we have to run our business like a real business instead of like a quote-unquote real estate agent, okay? And the first way to run a real business is to input all your numbers into a number analyzer to where you can identify your numbers, your strengths and your weaknesses. Does that make sense? If you guys are struggling in your business, and you guys, you know, if Ruby pulls me aside and says, honey, I'm sorry, Lee, I'm struggling within my business, okay? You know what I mean, okay? Ruby pulls me aside, I'm struggling in my business. If you use your number analyzer, then I can say, let's open it up and take a look at it. And then I can quickly, within 5 minutes or less, identify what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, just based off the numbers. But if you come to me and say, I'm struggling in my business, okay, let me see your number analyzer. Well, I kind of really didn't do what you told me to do because I like doing it my way. I can't help you. Does that make sense? So the first thing, the most important item is make sure that you have all of your business plan and put it into your number analyzer. And I would do that like today. And it's extremely simple. It takes about 5 minutes. Put in all the numbers and then just wait for go time.
I've been having trouble getting into the system where I can actually get to where I can put my numbers in.
Okay, so let's work on that. So I need your computer and we can work on that. It's pretty simple. All you gotta do is
I'm sure it's
download it, throw it on your desktop, and then it should go.
Okay.
And that's in a drive?
It's in the drive.
Yeah, I try opening it too.
And it didn't work for you either. Okay, perfect.
Maybe I've done something wrong.
So we'll have maybe a little tech class from your untechy broker. Okay, here we go. Number 2, make sure your dialing systems are in place. So if you guys are using a dialer, you know, any voicemails that need to be changed, change them. Any addresses, change them. Business cards, change them. If you need new signage, change them. If you need new updated whatever, change them. Okay, right now is the time just to change and have everything prepared for yourself for 2019. Number 3 is make sure that you have multiple contracts ready to be signed in your car. Okay, so I would recommend to have 3 to 5 listing contracts in my car, 3 to 5 purchase contracts in my car, and knowing that there's somebody out there that needs my business today, and I want to be fully prepared for them to sign a contract if I happen to meet them at the Valley Plaza at Forever 21, and they're like, okay, I'm just ready to put my home on the market, or like right now. Because that will happen, guys, okay, if you ask for the business. So, number 2 about starting the year off right is to clean up the mess, okay, clean up the mess. So, number 1 is to clean up your desk and your workspace and organize everything, okay? So for some of us, we're laughing, right? Because we're like, oh my God, I got sticky notes everywhere. Okay? But again, a good, nice, clean workspace creates a very efficient work environment. Does that make sense? So anything that's unorganized in your workspace, on your desk, within your drawers, clean it out. Throw it away. Does that make sense? Eddie, come over here, buddy. Come on this real quick. Number 2, Eddie. All right. Number 2, your car. Okay, clean out the inside of your car. I'm guilty of this. My wife actually was kind enough to give me a trash basket for my floorboard this week. But I gotta clean out my car because I feel better about myself. Number 1, But 2, just to have, that's your work environment. Outside of the office, that is your office, you know what I mean? So let's make sure that our car is nice and clean inside and out. Number 3, clean your shoes, cut your hair, do your makeup, buy a new wardrobe, whatever it is that you feel that you're lacking right now to feel good about yourself in 2019, go off and get it done now. Does that make sense? And then lastly, guys, is clean up your house and organize everything at home. Okay? I'm guilty of that too. I gotta do more dishes, right? I gotta do more laundry, but again, anything at your house that might take your mind off of work, take your focus off work, get it done now, okay? Number 3, guys, is to create the plan, okay? Make sure that you have your 2019 goals completed and in front of you at all times. Okay, so we have a habit of writing a business plan and putting it in a drawer, and then it's like gone. Keep your goals in front of you at all times. Like for instance, I would be impressed if, Matthew had his business plan sitting in front of right here, where he fully exposes himself to the world, okay? And the reason why is because then it allows me to hold him accountable. Does this make sense? I can quickly stop and just say, hey Matt, how's everything going? Good, good. I can start flipping through it. So, how's the week going? Are you doing this and this and this? And then it just kind of makes it applies a little bit of positive pressure to him and his business, okay? So if you guys want to take me up on that, put it in front of you. Keep it in front of you so that way you can look at it at all times, but more importantly, other people see it too, and you become a little bit more vulnerable, okay? Now, the second thing behind creating the plan is acquire any accountability partners and share your goals with them, okay? So how many of you guys currently have accountability partners by a show of hands? Okay, good, 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 good. All right, good. So, do all of your accountability partners have your business plan? They do. Okay, good. No. Okay, then you need to give them your business plan. Okay? You need to give your account, because they're really not considered an accountability partner unless they know everything about you, what you plan to do. They're more like a babysitter. Okay? So you got to make sure that you share your plans and your goals with your business partner, your accountability partner, and do that as soon as you possibly can. And maybe even take them out to lunch and just sit down with them and say, hey, listen, this is what I want to do for 2019. Hold me accountable. And if you guys want to get real jiggy with it, cut them a check. Like a big check, like a $5,000 check. $10,000 check. Okay, and then go give that to them before the first of the year.
I want to sign up for somebody's accountability partner.
Right?
Hey, no.
But, Lucy saw me do it time and time again with my old sales manager, Bill Redmond. Before the end of the year, I would always hand him my business plan, and I would cut him a $10,000 check with his name on it, and I'd say, you can cash that at the end of the year if I don't do exactly what I'm doing. And trust me, I did everything I told him I was going to do. Because ain't nobody going to be cashing a $10,000 check of mine, okay? But really what it does is it puts you in that place of unacceptance of anything below mediocrity. Does that make sense? It makes you show up to role play. It makes you show up and prospect. It makes you go that extra mile. It makes you put one more square on the board. It makes you just that much better when you apply some accountability. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about accountability? At all? You guys are all willing to find an accountability partner, right? You guys don't have one already? Okay. And then lastly, guys, create the plan. Okay, so number 3 is decide what things you want, where you want to go, and the things that you want to do in 2019. Okay, so decide what you want. Do you guys want a new car? Do you guys want a new wardrobe? Do you guys want a new watch? What is it? Material items. Do you guys want a new house? Right? What is it? Secondly, where do you want to go? I want to see you guys take vacations, like really nice vacations. Would you want to go to Europe for 6 weeks? Do you want to go to Mexico for a month? Do you want to, what do you want to do? Expose yourself to the entire world that God has given you, right? But where do you want to go? And then lastly, what are the things that you want to do? And what that really kind of falls under is, what type of contribution do you want to give to others? That's the most rewarding part of this question right here. Is what are the things that you want to do? Do you want to go get back to the homeless? Do you want to, help a homeless teenager out? What is it? What are the things that you want to do? Okay. Now, moving on. So I gave you guys this. So this exercise here, guys. I not only want to talk to you about business, because of course I want you guys to all be great business people and very profitable and productive people. But the second thing that I want to help you guys on more this year than any is I want you to have a good personal life, okay? A nice, well-rounded life, okay? And so if you look at this wheel, which you guys have in front of you, what you want to do is you want to kind of grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 as to how good your life in all these areas really are, okay? And Alishan, you got a question?
No.
Okay. So you want to grade yourself on where you really stand in each of these areas of your life, okay? Some of them might be a nice, well-rounded will. Some of them might not be a well-rounded will, okay? Some of us might be in good health, but if you're in good health, then it may impact your career. If your career is rocking and rolling, then it may impact your friends and family life, right? Personal growth. If you're not focusing on personal growth, then your career might be taking a hit. Does all that make sense? So it's in this business specifically, it's very, very hard to have a nice, well-rounded life. Would you guys agree with me? Because if you have to really focus on one thing, then it obviously takes away from something else. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 examples here. Now,
What's physical environment?
Yeah.
would be like your house, where you live, or your physical environment here. You want to rate that. Okay. Okay, so here's an example. Okay. Now, would you guys say that that wheel looks good or bad? How far down the road would you get on that wheel? Would it be a bumpy road? It would be a bumpy ride, right? So, hypothetically speaking, your life is a bumpy ride right now. Does that make sense? And so when you grade yourself, what you want to do is you want to look at yourself and you want to tell yourself, okay, how can I improve that wheel? Right? Here's an example of a little bit better wheel. Still a little bit bumpy, but I'm probably going to get further down the road on that wheel versus this wheel, right? So, but what you want to do is you want to identify your weaknesses, where you're falling short on. And then you want to focus on those areas in your life. Does that make sense? So that way the wheel is a little bit more well-rounded. Okay? And this is something that is very, very important to you in business, because check it out. If your family life is a 2, then what do you think your career looks like?
10.
A 10. Yeah, right. It's probably like a 2. Right? You know, you heard the term happy wife, happy life, right? So again, if everything bad is going on at home, is work just like rocking and rolling? I'm just ecstatic and happy. Some of you guys might be happy to be at the office, right? Get me out of this place, right? But more importantly, your work environment or your work isn't as hot as it might be. Now, if your career isn't rocking and rolling, what's your money look like? Does that make sense? Because they kind of go hand in hand. So you want to identify that. Personal growth. If you're not working on your personal growth, then more than likely you're probably not working much on your health either. Okay, because those kind of go hand in hand.
No, I never rated about the same.
Okay, yeah, and so there you go. It's because they're rated about the same. So they normally would be the same in that category. Okay. I'm being nosy. Okay. So let's move on. I don't expect you guys to finish that right now, okay? Because this isn't something that I need you to share with everybody. It could be personal. If you guys want to come to me, my life is not perfect by any means, but if you guys want to come to me and we can have a little session about, how to improve certain areas of your life, then I'd be more than happy to, talk to you about that, okay? I can be honest with you right now. My career isn't where it should be. Family life isn't where it should be. Significant other and romance feels pretty darn good right now. Fun and recreation is great because I do a lot of stuff with kids. My health isn't where it should be. My money's mediocre. My physical environment is good, and that's just the reality of myself. Okay. All right. So next, and don't hate me for this, guys, okay? Because I'm not perfect, but I've got a list of questions that I wrote out here over the week. Okay, and it's purposeful. It's called a purposeful question exercise. Okay. And these questions here are designed to kind of open up your mind a little bit. Really kind of to expose yourself to bigger thinking, okay? And so let's just kind of go through these questions together. And again, I don't need you to answer these right now, but I would challenge you guys to sit down, maybe with your spouse, maybe with somebody else in your life, and just go through these questions together. But there are a couple misspells, so forgive me for that. That way, it's actually genuine questions that I've written down myself, and it's not copy and paste, okay? But it's broken down in a couple different categories. Number one is personal interests, money motivation, skills and talent, market research, your legacy, lifestyle, and what if, okay? Those are basically the categories that this is broken down into. But going through this, like personal interests, for instance, okay? And the purpose of this exercise right here is don't think about it. That's one of the key factors about this exercise right here, is do not think about your answer. When you ask yourself the question, whatever first hits you in the mind, write it down. Okay? Because when you start thinking about it, then you start negotiating with yourself, and before you know it, your answer isn't as true as it should be. Because whatever first comes to your mind is typically what's on the forefront of your head.
So it shouldn't take like 5 hours?
No. So what excites me right now? My life. Don't sit there and say, oh, well.
Should I put listings or should I put
Yeah.
closing?
Well, it depends if you have any listings. Okay? But yet, that's one of the main things about this exercise is do not sit there and think about it. Just write it out as quickly as you can, okay? What is so exciting to you that you do anything to accomplish it? What bores... See, here it goes misspelled. What boring tasks or activities bore you? What are the thing or things you've always wanted to do? Just write it out. Travel. Buy a new vehicle. Have a baby. I don't know. Number 5. No matter the payoff, what wouldn't you do? What is it that causes you not to eat? Okay, because when you're really, really involved in something and focused on something, sometimes we forget to eat. Okay, so that's the reason why I wrote out that question. Sometimes when you're really, really focused on something and you're so zoned out on what you're trying to accomplish, you do forget to eat. Has anybody been there before? Yeah. Okay, good. So what causes you to not eat? What is it that you've wanted to do since you're a child? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take you back to that moment when you were a kid before you had any responsibilities. What was it in your childhood that you really wanted to do? That you haven't even thought about in years? Write it out. What are you willing to do for no money? What are you willing to do for a lot of money? If money meant nothing, what would you do with your time? Probably wouldn't be here right now, right? But what would, I like that question. If money meant nothing, what would you be doing right now with your time? What amount of money would give you the security that you need in life? What amount of money would you need to have choices in your life? And what amount of money would you need to make a difference in the lives of others? Okay. Skills and talents. What can you do better than anyone else? Write it down. Don't even think about it. What is it that you can do right now better than anybody else? What are some of your native skills where they're just completely natural to you? You didn't even have to build them. They're just completely native skills. What have you always been good at? There's a misspell. What have you always been good at? What have you always been bad at? What skills and talents do you have that you ignore? We all have skills and talents that we're naturally born with. Which ones do you choose to ignore? What are you terrible at and you should never be doing? It's a good question, right? What do you do that is a complete waste of your time and talent? In what areas of your life where others think more of you than you think of yourself? What are some skills you need to develop you currently don't have? Okay, then I jump down to market research. What is a service you've complained over and over about? And that's like anywhere. So where have you been where you just complained about that type of service? What great idea do you have you had for starting something great but have never done it? We've all probably had that one idea in our mind, right? About, man, if I should invent that. Or that's a really good idea and I've never seen it before. What is that idea? And then, very important topic is your legacy. Okay? When you die, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be remembered for? Number 2, what contribution can you make to society you've been so proud of? What do you want to make sure people never say about you? You know that people are talking about you guys all the time? They really are. At the dinner table, in the kitchen, in bed. Your name comes up all the time. And you have 2 choices of what you want that conversation to be like. It's either a good conversation or a bad conversation. It's either, you know what, I can't stand that agent. They don't ever call me back. They don't listen to me. Whatever the story is. They're talking about you. Because in our job, we're messing with people's lives. So trust me, people are talking about you. Not in front of you, but they talk about you when you're not around. And so the question is, what do you want to make sure that people never say about you? Okay? Number 4, write down 5, and do this quickly, don't think about it. But write down 5 names of people that truly inspire you. Just don't even think about it, just write it out. And what are these people doing that you admire most? Why do they inspire you? Number 6, if you could meet anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why? Number 7, under legacy, who has always been supportive of you and your ideas? Because we all need support, right? Lifestyle, what makes you feel good? What gives you energy? What activity bores you and doesn't make you feel good at all? What things are you doing that you later regret? What bad habits do you need to stop? What good habits do you need to start? Just write it down. Don't even think about it. And then lastly, guys, what if? What if you wrote a book? What would it be about? If you wrote a book, what would it be about? Number 2, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? These are big questions. Do you guys ask yourself all these questions all the time? Right? Alishon, you ask yourself these questions often? Good for you. The majority of the world doesn't think about this kind of stuff. And one of the reasons why is because it's scary. You know, number 2, it's sometimes we have self-doubt. We have limiting beliefs where we don't think we should be thinking this big. You know what I mean? And then the last one, guys, under what if you could be known for doing just one unbelievable great thing, what would that be? Just one unbelievable great thing, what would that be? And then write it down. So I just wanted to switch things up a little bit, guys. I thought this would be a fun exercise for you to maybe dig deeper into your own mind, into your own heart, and really start focusing on things that might be bigger than you. Because business isn't everything, right? But if we can start focusing on personal things, on questions that we avoid asking ourselves, and truthfully answer them, then this will might grow as well. Does that make sense? Is everybody happy?
Yes.
Give me a smile. Okay, good. Because you guys have great smiles. Okay, any questions? Got it all figured out?
What do we do with it? Just keep it for our reference, or are we turning these in?
No, I don't want to see them. No. Yeah,
Good, 'cause I'm not
keep
showing
them
it
for
to
your own reference. Yeah,
Accountability.
there you go.
My will.
Okay. So Celsa needs a little bit of work, not much, but it looks good.
I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Which baby broke that?
Think so? Well, I'll tell you what. How many of you would be comfortable sitting down with me one-on-one and going through these questions together? Would you? Thank you, Matthew. Okay. Well, then we'll have one-on-ones together about these. Okay? Because they're personal. I wasn't sure how far to take this. So yeah, get these filled out. Let me know when they're ready to when you're ready to go over them with me, and I'd love to hear what you got to say.
I think we'll never do it if you don't make us show you, like.
Yeah.
Well, because it's something that's digging deep, and in order to get yourself to the next level, you have to actually dig deep. It's like going, yeah.
Chargers fan, huh?
I'm always been a Chargers fan, yes. But yeah,
No, okay. So I love it. Ruby says we won't do it if you.
but because it's too emotional.
Right?
I mean, seriously, it's an emotional thing. I mean, it's seriously, it's making you sit here. I mean, I didn't feel good, and I didn't really want to come in today, and so I was sitting there going, I'm not gonna do it. But sitting, but it does. It makes you think about it and go, shit. I have to think about what the hell's in my life going on, and what am I changing so I can get to that next step.
Yeah.
Because if I don't change this shit, next year's gonna end up just like this.
Yep. Amen, Becky. I'm with you. Okay, so for every single one of you, I need this back, like I said, by 5 o'clock this afternoon. I need a 3-page thesis.
The thesis is not happening.
Yeah. And
I'll have my son
no
Google
misspells.
Go Google me.
I'm kidding.
I'll bring it back on Friday.
But I appreciate that. I'd love to get to better know you guys on a personal level, like by you sharing this with me, and I think it might help all of us and as a whole. So, all right. So with that being said, Ruby, come on up here. Let's go.
Yay!
Come on, Ruby. Stand up, guys. Here we go. You gotta get the most quietest one. Oh, Sean, you're that close. Let's go, Ruby.
Stand up.
Where is she?
Stand
Come
up.
on, come on.
I'm proud.
Okay. I'm the shy one, guys. Now I am the voice.
Now I'm the voice.
I will lead, not follow.
I will lead, not follow.
I will create, not destroy.
I will create, not destroy.
I will believe, not doubt.
I will believe, not doubt.
I am a force for good.
I am a force for good.
I am a force for God.
I am a force for God.
I am a leader.
I am a leader.
I am a leader.
I am a leader.
Defy the odds.
Defy the odds.
Set a new standard.
Set a new standard.
Step up.
Step up.
Step up.
Step up. Step up. Great job. Great job. One last thing, guys. Let's give our great transaction coordinator a huge round of applause. Does she take a little bit of load and weight off your shoulders?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Say yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so give her one more round of applause. And then one more round of applause. No, you didn't get over here. Get over here. Okay.
It's also for their 1-year anniversary.
Yes. So let's give Noe a big round of applause. He's not just a receptionist, but he's also a DJ on 96.8. Hey, it's both their 1-year anniversary with our company. company, so let's give them one more round of applause. Good. Alright, mission accomplished.
I love your input.
Long enough, right?